Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing One Night's Veneer. Now, I was a little bit hesitant about featuring this particular puzzle from Meggen033 because I do have a fog puzzle in store for you guys tomorrow on Monday, so it would have been a back-to-back Meggen033 puzzle. But with a 98% rating, I don't think that's necessarily a sufficiently good excuse not to play this puzzle today. Now, of course, growing up, I did actually do a bit of woodworking. I say, of course. Naturally, I did a bit of woodworking. There was a bit of veneer work. And obviously, veneers are very thin layers of wood to cover up some MDF or maybe some paneling, maybe. It's certainly not a knight's shining armor that you can see in there. But maybe this is meant to be explaining the fact that Sleuth is actually a knight. And his veneer here is the detective clothing. Maybe that's the idea. Anyway, forget all of that. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets with One Night's Veneer from Meggen033 and the following set of rules. Fairly straightforward set of rules. Normal Sudoku, place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row. Every column, of course, every 3x3 box, so nothing unusual here. Cells separated by knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So if this cell is a 2, obviously not in the same column, not in the same row, not in the same box. Could there be another 2? But anything that is a chess knight's move away, this L shape, so these cells in essence, cannot be a 2 either. So a fairly powerful constraint. Digits in a cage do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left. These 2 cells add up to 15, these 2 cells add up to 5. If that was a 2, this would have to be a 3 to make sure that is correct and true. Adjacent cells connected with an X must sum up to 10. If this cell is a 3, this would have to be a 7 to make sure that these 2 cells add up to 10, these 2 cells add up to 10, etc. Nothing about negative constraints, so I'm going to assume it doesn't apply. So a 3 in here clearly adds up to a 10 with this 7, but the absence of an X is not a problem in itself. So fairly straightforward set of rules, as always. If you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. And with that said, I'm just restarting the clock to see how I get on. So this is a little bit interesting. It's just you can immediately notice a bit of rotational symmetry that's going on around this puzzle, with the exception of a handful of cages like that 9 and that 12. Fascinating. And yes, I think I can actually play a 5 in the middle digit. No, not quite. Nearly. Oh, yeah, yes, you can. Right. Okay. Let's take a look at boxes 4 first. Can't have a 5 inside a 2-cell 15 cage. If that was a 5, this would have to be a 10. 4 cells that add up to 10, they can only be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is entirely forced. You can never have a 5 on an X because, well, unless there are zeros that are allowed, because it would require a 0 or another 5 to add up to 10, and that's repeating the digits. So essentially, box 4, the 5 is restricted to column 2. Specifically, these 2 cells in rows 4 and 6. Same logic, just inversed. 30 is 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't have a 5 inside a 5 cage because, again, the partner would be a 0. This is not a 5, would repeat the 5. 5 is restricted to these 2 cells. Now, what that tells me is in row 4 and 6, the 5's already spoken for. We essentially have an X-wing in here. The 5's in one of these 3 cells. However, with anti-knight, regardless of which one of these is a 5, they both see it with anti-knight Sudoku. So that's not a 5, that's not a 5, that is a 5. And I always love a bit of rotational symmetry. It's such a pleasure to be able to almost prove it straight away, to allow me to make some progress. Let's have a think around what else is in store for us. Just appreciating all of this construction. I'm trying to kind of discern what is going on. And it's clearly very, very deliberate from Meggen033. So one thing that I'm trying to avoid doing is a bunch of coloring and letters, but I'm not sure I'm going to be that successful at it. And the reason I don't believe I'm going to be that successful at it is have a look at these X's with these 30s and this X's with this 10. So remember the 10 cage in 4 cells, I said it's 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. By definition, any cell that adds up to 10, one of them is going to be low, one of them is going to be high. Specifically in this order in this case, because you can't have 1, 2, 3, or 4 inside a 2-cell 15 cage. The partner would have to be 11, 12, 13, 14. So none of that's possible. So that's a low digit, but these are 3 of them. So these 2 cells are actually the same. I'm gonna call them purple. Now, purple can't be in either of these 2 cells. Clearly, according to Sudoku, it's none of these. Obviously, this cell because of anti-night. So purple is all the way down here. And I can repeat this trick exactly the same way with this cell. In that this is definitely a high digit. I'll call it red. None of these could be red. But none of these could be that red because it's, of course, Sudoku. So that's the red. And then can't be in either of these 2 cells, so that's the red. I think in due time I will get the significance of all of this, just not yet. So you know that purple is none of these cells. Is that significant? I'm kind of wondering if there is something that's basically leading us to think that this is purple and that this is red, but yeah, there's nothing really to suggest that. So we know that purple is not in here. So we have, of these 3 digits, 2 of them are actually in these 2 cells. And they're clearly not purple. The challenge, of course, is that I can only ever eliminate 1 of them, not 2 of them. So I can't do any coloring to get me there. Notice that purple is also not inside this 5. I mean, more obviously, it's not inside that 5 cage, and this red is not inside this 15 cage. Why is that significant? Is it significant? So red is none of these. So red is in one of these 4 cells. I'm just going to run with this for a second. We know red is none of these cells. It's not in here because of Sudoku. But it could be any of these 4. So hardly any deductions here worth it. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of chasing the wrong thing here. But to be fair, it's not like there's a lot to go on in this puzzle. Can I even prove that these 5s are different? I'm not sure I can. Let's play with it for a second. 1, 4, 1, 4. So clearly they're now the same. And then remember I have to place the 1 and 4 in here somewhere. So this 1 eliminates 1 in here. This 1 eliminates 1 in there. So I can get away with it. And the 4, of course, would eliminate 4s here. This 4 would eliminate the 4 there. So I'd end up with a 4 in here. Long story short, it can be the same. I'm now even curious if it could actually be different. It can't be different. Why can it not be different? Because where is purple? We've already established that purple is in neither of these 5s. So we know that purple and its partner that adds up to 5 is in neither of these. So it's in fact definitely a different set from purple, and let's call it blue, yellow, yellow, green, and therefore this would be blue, this would be green, and then I can use anti-night and Sudoku to say, well, that's not blue, that's not blue, that is blue. Same thing with green, that's not green, that is green. And therefore this is my last low digit, the yellow. Lovely. Okay. Right. This X is clearly not blue. Come on, Sleuth, we're clearly onto something here. I just need to grasp what we're trying to accomplish. So nearly. You see, this cell is struggling to be low because it's not blue, it's not green, it's not purple, but it actually can be yellow. So it's not quite helpful enough. Let's have a think about this. So purple and yellow add up to 5. Green and, well, blue and green, call the colors you're pointing to, add up to 5. These two cells are not purple and yellow because I've already got 2 of them. So this is a blue-green combo. That is blue, that is green. Green is none of these, that's not green. Not very useful, but go with it. This is now blue. In here, it's yellow or purple. I actually don't know which one. Excuse me. This is a low digit. So this is one of the purple or yellows. Yeah, I'm going to remove these shades. I'm sure it will become significant once I just make a bit more progress in here. And this is a fascinating puzzle. So the 9 cage, it's not quite entirely true to say that one of them is low, one of them is high, but definitely one of them is low. Because essentially we're talking about a 1, 2, 3, 4 connected to a 5, 6, 7, 8. Just, the 5 kind of throws off the maths. But what I'm noticing is that this cell is not yellow, blue, green, or purple. This cell, however, is certainly one of them. And at the moment, it could be any of them. It can even be purple, can be blue, can be, it's a low digit. It's about all I've managed to determine. It's also not true that the 12 cage needs to have a low digit, because I can do 5, 7. Let's do a bit of Sudoku. No blue, green, no blue, green. I need blue and green in 2 of them in these 3 cells. 2 of them in these 3. Now, if obviously one of them is in here, 5 has to be purple, yellow. But technically I can put blue and green in here and then I can have blue and green in there. So it's not quite sufficient. I'm loving this puzzle, but I feel like I'm taking a long time to discern what it's all telling me. Not, I'll be honest, that I mind. I'm enjoying it. So same deal with the coloring in here. I'm going to try and color these 15 cages the same. So I know that because red is in neither of them, that these 2 are going to be different colors. They're going to be, I'm going to have to do this, purple and gray, and therefore, orange and gray. And therefore, where are they in here? Well, that's got to be orange, because that can't be, and this can't be. And again, this is going to be gray, and this is going to be some other color. We've got to call it black. Not brilliant choices. Now, obviously, this is purple or orange, and this is red or black. Notice the 15 cage, same logic that led me to say that the 5 cage in here is blue-green. It's the same logic. Again, the 15 is orange and gray or red and black. This is not red and black, it's orange or gray. So this is not orange, this is gray, this is orange. Now, these 2 cells that add up to 10 with the blue are going to be the same color. So it's either black or red. Excuse me. Gray adds up to 10 with purple or yellow. So let's just put down what we know. Blue adds up to 10 with either black or red. We know red. Yeah, we don't know that. Gray, the same as this gray, is purple or yellow. Notice how this cell is not purple or yellow. Sudoku and anti-night. So purple and yellow, two of them are in these four cells, meaning one of them at least is in here in box 8. So this cannot be a purple-yellow setup. This has to be a blue-green setup, which if you remember, because of the way the blue-greens were doing, the blue-green can't be in here. This is blue-green. This is blue-green. So red definitely goes with blue or green. Interesting. Now I imagine I can do a very similar thing with the 15, can't I? 15 is none of these. 15 is none of these. Actually, the better way to look at it is, what was it? This cell couldn't be yellow or purple. So this cell can't be black or red. Black or red, one of them at least is in these three cells, and therefore they're not going to add up to 15. So this has to be orange-gray. And once again, orange-gray can't be here because obviously we'd see both of these cells. So this is orange-gray. Bit of a shame that I can't disambiguate them yet. We're getting there, but not quite. So these two cells are either black or red with green. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I don't think it has to be green. The low digit in here is yellow or purple. Right. Sorry, where was I going to go with this? Yellow and purple add up to 5. Orange and gray add up to 15. Together, they add up to 20. So essentially, the partners that add up to 10s, it's going to be something like purple and orange, yellow and gray, to make sure that they both add up to 10. Hopefully that made sense. If it doesn't, just let me know in the comments. Now, because this is not green or blue, I know that this is purple or yellow. And I also know that it has to be partnering with gray or orange, but it's definitely orange. This is orange. That is not orange. That's not gray. That is orange. That is gray. And then the low digit is one of these two. I don't know which one it is. Then we also know, we can do this, that because the purple and orange are not available, that it's not partnering with a low digit of purple or yellow. And blue's not available, it's green. Green's not here, green can only be there. And this would have to be red or black. Which we also know is actually different from this red-black, different from this red-black, because that's partnering with blue. So this red-black is actually here. Because it's not... Whoa, what have I done? Sorry, I thought I flipped screens for a second, but no, that was only in my side. So it's not this cell, that they're different. And clearly Sudoku says it's not this cell. So this is not a 5, this is a 5. That is a 5, and this is another red-black. Which means this is purple or yellow, because this is a 5, and it's not purple. This is yellow, this is purple. And we can probably do the same in here in this row. So let's have a think about it for a second. Excuse me. Yes, I mean, where is the second purple or yellow? Well, it's not these two cells. This is the other purple or yellow. This is the other high digit that is red or black, but it's not red, it's black, and therefore this is red. And then we know that the blue partners with black because green partners with red. Yeah, that's correct. And therefore this is not red, and therefore this is not black. This is phenomenal. Now, orange and purple make up a 10. So it's yellow and gray that make up a 10. And that's that. Gray here, so that would be yellow. Green here, that would be blue. That's blue, that's green. Excuse me, they're both green. That's blue. And really, we're going to kind of color a lot of this grid. I'm only just realizing this. I don't know. I've been clearly sleeping. It's really going to come down to the 9 cage and the 12 cage to basically disambiguate the entire thing. We're basically going to be coloring the whole lot. Yeah. So red is essentially in one of these two cells. So I need a 5, a red, and another high digit. Which high digit? It's not black. So red. I'm losing track. So it's not black. It's not orange. So it's gray and red that I need in here, plus the 5. I know this is not red. I know this is not gray. It's hardly anything to go on. But the fact that there is a 5 in here means this is not 5-7 anymore. I have to have a low digit inside the 12 cage. Have to. So there's a purple or yellow inside this 12 cage with a high digit. That we've established is not red because red and gray is in here. So it's either orange. There's too many colors. It's either orange or black. And the orange and black are not this cell. They're in here. This is orange-black joined with purple or yellow. Now I should be able to do something with that, surely. Because black adds up to 10. Yeah, not quite. Because the partner is green and I don't know very much about them. We'll do something about this later. I'm just enjoying this a bit too much to get bogged down in this detail right now. So what am I missing in here? I am missing a blue, and I'm missing another high digit, surely, a gray. And I can't do anything about that. Okay. Not right now, anyway. What am I missing in here? I mean, I may as well just get as much Sudoku as I possibly can down. So red is in there with a 5. And the 5 is none of these. That's the 5. That's the red. That's not red. That is red. Red's none of these. Red is in one of these two. Red is in one of these two. Just Sudoku and then night move. So red is in here. Red is in there. no reds, no red is red. And then we have a red X-wing. We've colored everything except for yellow in here. So that's yellow. And therefore this is purple or black. No, excuse me, orange or black, just to complete the column. And it's not black, so it is orange, and therefore this is black. And then this is a purple-yellow combo as well. And then there's too many colors. So this could be 5. I'm going to remove the corner pencil marks. I think they can all be 5s. This can't be grey. These two could be. And I think I can remove the white in here. Not quite. I'm going to keep it because I want to make sure I remember that it is a flash of some sort. So we've colored all the X's, haven't we? Yes. So I think what I need to do is just keep coloring, then I will have to come back to the 9 and 12 gauge and just think about them a bit harder, and we'll go from there. Right, so what am I missing in here? I need a yellow, which obviously is not in this cell, not in this cell, so that's yellow. I have almost all the low digits. One of these is purple, one of them is a 5. That is not the 5, that's the 5, that's the purple. So notice this is not purple or yellow. This is green or blue. Okay. Come back to that in a bit. 5 again is in here. That is not 5. 5 is none of these. 5 is none of these. 5 is not here, not there. That's 5. That's not 5. That's 5. This is not red. Let's try that again. This is red. This is grey. Lovely. That's not red. This is red. What am I missing in here? I'm missing purple, and then I'm missing black. I am missing black again. Missing a bunch of colors. Not yellow is yellow. Blue or green, it's green. What am I missing in here? Blue and 5. That's got to be the 5. That's the blue. This is a known color. I was going to say digit. Very far away from digits right now. Purple. So in here I have, well, greens is a little bit obvious now. So that's green. That's not blue, that is blue. And this is a high digit, that's black. And this is really, we're going to color the entire thing, like I said. So, blue, can't be that one. That's not grey. Grey is here. That's grey done. Yellow is here. Purple is there. Black's not here. That's black. That's orange. And we now know this is not purple and this is not yellow. That's everything. So, let's see if I kind of don't screw it up in the last moment here. So we remove 5, 7, which means that this is 3, 4, and this is, what was it again? 8, 9 to add up to 12. And because again there's no 5, so this is not 4, 5, this is 1, 2, 3 with I'm kind of struggling with basic maths right now. 6, 7, 8. This is 6, 7, 8, so it's not 9, and therefore this is not 1. And in fact we actually know it's 3 or 4, so it's not 2, and therefore it is not 8, and this is not 8, therefore it is not 1, and we've massively limited everything. Now green adds up to 5. So that means if this is 2, 3, that's 2, 3. So that can only mean that purple is 4. Just trust it, Sleuth, just go with it. 4. And therefore yellow has to be 1. And therefore orange has to be 6. Grey has to be 9. So far the math is all adding up. And then green has to be 3 to add up to 9. And therefore blue has to be 2. Blue goes with black, so black it has to be 8. And therefore red has to be 7. And that's the solution. Phenomenal puzzle. Absolutely fantastic puzzle, Meggen033. Took me a while to kind of see that this is the way forward. I don't know, just not paying enough attention, but phenomenal puzzle. Absolutely phenomenal puzzle. Hope you guys enjoyed it anywhere near as much as I have, in which case you would have had a grand time, and that you enjoyed not just the puzzle, the video as well. And I'll see you back soon. Bye-bye for now.